Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live with Bill Tucci.
Behold his mighty hand.
Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang.
Just want to manage expectations.
Moo! Nah!
This is the worst.
I just like that late night, sidekick, right? Billy, yeah.
I like the sidekick stuff. We're just going to have to work on that intro a little bit.
Yeah.
I got ideas, though.
We got ideas. We'll make it happen.
We got ideas.
You even got Blevins in that intro, man.
Dr. Blevins, what is up, brother?
Blevins.
Not much. How's it going?
We got an excited Dr. Blevins in the house.
Dude, it's so... I mean, like, you guys have known me for a while, and you've known for, like, the last forever that, this guest is, like, my favorite guest of all time. Like, my favorite person of all time, and it is absolutely amazing.
In the 4 or 5 years I've known you, I think this name has come up twice a week for the past 5 to 4 years.
Yeah,
it is true. It's a big part of my life, man. Like one of my favorite actors. Again, some of the greatest shows that I've ever seen when I was growing up. Not to mention a huge collector. Like I got the VHS still sealed. Got the laser discs
still sealed.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, definitely a collector of all things. It's amazing. And I even have the little flash pop back here, and then I got my Sam Jones one down there. But yeah,
no, just a little bit, little bit.
Yeah, it's sad.
Well, this is exciting, everyone. This is going to be a great show. We've got Sam Jones joining us tonight. We've got Joe Archie and Rob Archie joining us as well. The team that's behind this book that's going to be launching tonight live on Indiegogo. We're also joining us as part of our hosting team. Mr. John Malin's in the house. I'm going to pop him in right now. John, are you there?
Yo, hi guys, how's it going?
What's up, brother?
John?
How you doing, man?
Ready to save the galaxy tonight?
Oh, absolutely.
We're riding shotgun.
Let's make it happen. Yeah,
we're riding shotgun.
Excited to be here.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is the crew, the Sam J. Jones Saves the World crew, a great group of guys, and we're gonna go about 45 minutes to an hour. Real quick, I just want to say hi to everyone out there. We got Ara Galanian, the Armenian Knight. What's up, brother? Randy Howell, of course. Fritzy, how you doing? Marcus Killigrew, Dan Genovese. Good to see you, pal. Nicholas Gear, what's up, brother? Look at this. Renee.
Our mods are in force tonight.
Everybody's got
that link.
What's up? You guys have you ever met Southern Cecil? He's
met. I'm aware. Yeah, I'm aware of him.
He's a good time. He's a fun guy. As is Dan Genovese too. I have broke bread and have a few cigars with him. Drink, just good guys, and everyone out there. Thank you. Hulk Smash. Kataha. How do you say that? The Kataha.
Bro, you all right?
Katahajini.
Yeah.
Call this gentleman, so we have to.
Do you need somebody to pat you on the back? You got it.
I don't know.
Okay?
Well, it's good, guys. We got.
Was that a
anyway?
sneeze,
So
really?
we got a great guest today. We're going to bring them all in. We'll bring the team in first. Scalawags,
Let's do it. So let's bring them in. Let's bring the team in. Father and son duo, the machine behind the book right here. Everyone, please welcome Mr. Joe Archie and Mr. Rob Archie. How are you gentlemen doing?
Guys?
Hey, thank you for having us on.
Definitely. This is exciting, guys. Is this an exciting time for you?
I know. I never thought I'd be in this situation. To tell you the truth, it's definitely something else.
I hear you, man. I think we got an audio problem on your dad's end there.
Oh,
did you mute yourself or something?
Rob? Hey, Rob, log in and log out and log back in. Usually that clears any audio issues.
He's gonna be frozen Rob guy.
There we go. Well, we'll take care of that.
There you go. You got it. So, Joe and Rob, we got say hello to John Malin. John is a great brother of ours.
A master crowdfunder.
Master of ceremonies, if you will. He's just a great guy. And someone that who I think you should look to as an inspiration when you're jumping into this murky field of crowdfunding comics, doing your Indiegogo. Mm-hmm. And it's just it's a pleasure for all of us to have you on, John. So thank you, pal, for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Very cool.
Yeah,
and
I think it's a good time. He's a good time.
And now, gentlemen, I think it's time for the man of the hour.
It's that time.
Hey, Blevins.
What's up?
When are you going to get a chance to do this again? I think I want to give the honor of doing the introduction to you.
Really?
Yes.
Well, the guest we have is one of the greatest actors of all time. Absolutely legendary. Okay? I mean, everybody knows him. Like, it's absolutely incredible. Highwayman, Hollywood Safari, just Ted. And he has this long, just amazing list of movies. He's absolutely incredible and one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Jones.
I thank you for saving every one of us.
That's cool, now.
Mr. Jones, welcome.
Oh, man, thank you. I love the intro, man. I need to use that and/or hire you guys as my new reps.
Dude,
there you go. There you go.
This is a service that is offered.
Yeah, John, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure to be here. Nice to meet you.
So Sam, I have to say something to you, Mr. Jones. I've met you a few times. I have the privilege of meeting you. Every time I see you come in, you give me prints, and I have this one right here. You also signed this one to me, and you've met my wife, Deborah, and you wrote this to me and Debbie with, of course, the stunning Nana Visitor. Oh,
Nana Visitor.
Yeah, the spirit.
Loved her.
Mm.
But I got to tell you, there was a time when we were at a show, and it was one of the hotels where they had the big breakfast and everything. I don't know which one that is down there. And we were sitting at our table, and you come walking in at breakfast, and there was there was another convention going on at this hotel we were at, and you made your way to walk around, and you just said hello to so many people who were both comic fans, other professionals, and people that were there for another show or another convention or something like that. And my wife and I were wondering over you of just how gregarious you were and how friendly, and you just approached people. I think you actually sat down with some strangers, and you had and to see this from a few tables away, dude, it was one of the most enriching con experiences I've ever seen in my life, because you were so real, and you were just laughing and talking to them and their kids and people, like, you're like the antithesis to Lou Ferrigno in my mind.
Yeah, but here. My buddy Lou's a character, and they got to remember, Lou is a character, and he's actually taught me a lot, and he probably has one of the best signatures. Right? Would you agree? He has one of the best signatures. But yeah, Lou and I, we talk a lot about with the fans and what's expected of us. But thank you for that. That experience you just described, that day was probably the day after they lifted all the guidelines for COVID, and then we realized, wait, we heard this big voice, an announcement. You can leave your homes now. Okay, no more isolation. You can go out. Attend a Comic-Con. So I think we were all just naturally high. It was
some of us didn't heed that, because I think John still hasn't come out of his house. Have you, John?
You still haven't came out, right?
Yeah.
just to go get his Bud Light. That's all.
Yeah, I pop my head out, go right back in like the groundhog.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, guys, we're here to launch your new Joe and Sam and your dad.
Rob? We got your Rob back on, man.
Yeah, I'm working on it here.
Okay.
What is your dad, like a boomer or something, bro?
Yeah, he's a boomer. Yeah, he is. I don't know what else to say. It's not a joke.
We're going to launch the Indiegogo campaign. Again, we're going to go about 45 minutes, maybe to an hour. We end up having fun. But we're going to launch Sam J. Jones Saves the World Indiegogo. And you let us know, Joe, when you want to launch it. But we're going to talk about, again, of course, we'll talk about the comic book. We want to get and how you guys made this journey to comics. But then we'll have some fun because I know we have a lot of people that have questions they want to ask you. And, more specifically, Sam, if you don't mind answering them. Because, I mean, you have lived the glamorous life, old chum. I got to tell you. Well done. Not many of us had Ornella Moody straddle that.
Oh, is she amazing? Was she amazing?
Oh my God!
Well, should we start with the first question?
What's that?
We got a super chat. Sam.
Oh, hey!
And can you talk about Ornella Muti, please? Yes, I want to give a quick little story. So that scene, the mental telepathy seduction scene, the director came up to me and he said, "Look, we got to make this quick. We're running, even though we're inside the studio," he said, "we're running behind. We got to get to another set." He said, "So look, just do, look, your lines, just have fun, improvise, whatever. But we only have a few minutes to shoot it." So I said, "You want to do a little rehearsal?" No, we'll just do a little blocking. And when he said, "Ornella, sit on Sam's lap," okay? Let me tell you something. That little 10-minute scene, I milked that puppy for 4 hours. Okay?
Nice.
Beautiful.
I kept telling the director, I don't get it.
It wasn't a good take. It wasn't a good take.
Finding that feeling. Can we do another take?
Yeah. Speaking of feeling, did you feel the backside at all? Any little?
No, she was wonderful. My girlfriend was with me, and her husband was with her, and Melody was over there watching us as well, which is like my sister, Melody Anderson.
That makes it awkward.
We are really like brother and sister, Melody and myself. But yeah.
But yeah, she's just stunning. I mean, I think to me, and Melody's no one to she's a stunner as well. But I don't know, Ornella Moody, she's got to be one of the most beautiful women ever to grace cinema. I mean, and how cute she is too. She's got that cute thing about her. Hey, there he is, Rob Arch.
He's back.
Can you hear me?
You're good to go.
Yeah.
All right, here I am.
Perfect.
And you're like in the Cindy Brady box.
There you go. Hey, Joe, do you want to get the campaign launched?
Yes, I will. Let me share my screen here. Well, yeah. Okay. Wait a minute.
So, Rob, while Joe is doing this, can you tell us how this journey began? How did you guys come together, come up with a concept, and actually get to this point to create a comic book and about to launch it via crowdfunding directly to the fans?
Well, I've known Joe all my life, and all his life. Anyway.
Oh, you guys grew up together?
Actually,
are you guys
I've done some comic books, and nothing to this extent as far as it goes now. But I ended up meeting Sam at a Comic-Con and just had some ideas. I wanted to shoot him, and he was willing to listen.
Very cool.
Great.
So what did you think? Sam,
how did you bring Joe in? How did you bring Joe in, your son?
Well,
first I was talking to Sam about some ideas about it. We were in Altoona at the Comic-Con in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and I walked up to him got through his line there, and it was a Friday night. It wasn't as sparse. It was a little sparse, and I said, "Hey, I got a pitch for you, Sam." He said, "Shoot." So that's how we got it going, and he's just a good guy. I mean, he listened and really took his time listening to the pitch, and that's how I got him involved with it. And we pitched some ideas around together as far as the story goes, and then I set to work on the script and the art. And Joe actually started with he's coloring it, and he's doing the lettering. He's been to art school, etc., and he's pretty good at that stuff. And he's also in charge of our marketing, our promotions. So that's why we're here today.
Nice. I did a campaign before called Blue Phoenix, so I thought, hey, we can run a crowdfund and get people excited about this book.
Hey, crowdfunding's the way to go, man. It's the new golden age of comics, direct to fan market. I mean, there's no better thing to do. What you're doing tonight, Sam, this is what we do. we get on streams like this, we get personal with our fans. You know, Malin's doing it every week, Billy's doing it every week. You know, it's a whole new experience, right? You bring the fans in the journey of what you're making, and on top of that, you hang out in the awesome chat we have. I mean, these are our friends now, you know, 3, 4 years, 5 years doing this. I mean, you get to know people, and it's quite a community, and we definitely welcome you into this. And I have to ask you, Sam, once you got that pitch, were you sold right away? You're like, I want to do a comic.
Yeah. But Rob, correct me if I'm wrong. What he just said is correct, but the timing. I was so impressed with his art, and correct me on the timing, Rob, that before we even discussed the comic book, I bought one of his Captain America and Wonder Woman paintings. Right. That was before.
Actually, that was in a couple years prior to that. Actually,
yeah, I was just
you were here the first time. Then I said, I introduced myself, and he remembered who I was, which was really odd. I mean, all the people Sam meets, and he remembered who I was, so I appreciated that. And that's just the kind of guy he is, and he's good with his fans, and we really appreciated that.
Wonderful,
incredible. Yeah. Rob, you said you had done comics, I think, in the past. Is it independent stuff, or more larger publishers? Okay.
Yeah. Back parody here.
There you go.
And one with there it is.
There you go. Well, that's cool.
Oh, that is neat. I did that in 2010. That was actually the first. That would have been the first time the 1966 Batman was actually on as a comic book. So I was kind of proud of that. So that was an independent thing. That was before we had all this crowdfunding and everything. And so I just got as many out as I could, and enjoyed doing it.
Awesome.
So cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, here's something that you guys should learn. That John has always said this is a big part of crowdfunding is to come on to streams and to stream and get yourselves out there, because what's great about it is that the ones that buy our books, the people out there watching, and the ones that'll go to the Indiegogo campaign and actually pledge, they hold us accountable, because they'll tell you if they don't like something, there's no middleman. And if they do like it, you'll be rewarded. If they don't, they'll let you know. But it's great because it is such a personal interaction with the fans that it's almost like a family in a weird sense, a weird way. But as John says, this is working. Right, John? Like, go to work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've raised millions of dollars through crowdfunding and going out there and talking to the fans. A lot more success has been found out here for independent creators than for most people than going through a traditional comic shop. So this is the way, as they say.
Yes,
so.
sir.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, and if you guys get invited to stream, do it, because the whole point is, and we tell this because a lot of this we're coming on our 570th show, Nile? Are we
like 650?
Oh, 600? We are over the, oh my God, sorry. Yeah. We're coming up on our 650th show. But okay, so out of that, what would you say? 550 of them have been about crowdfunding and working with creators and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, probably about. I would say probably about a good 500 of them. Yeah. About dealing with the indie stuff and crowdfunding and whatnot. Having great guys like John Malin on, hanging out.
Yeah.
Speaking of a great channel to be on too, I'm just saying, John Malin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As soon as I get a little bit of time, it's probably going to happen. So I think Joe reached out to me.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's the thing is, if you get invited to do someone's YouTube channel and they're not a dickhead or something, may I curse like that? Do it, because the more eyes on your books.
Bad curse word. Bad curse word. Really bad.
Is just push the hell out of it and just keep pushing and pushing. And I don't know, Joe, how are we with the campaign? Are we ready?
We're ready to launch. Yep, I'm going to launch it.
You want to share it or something, Nile? Or
yeah, let me share my screen here. Make sure all my tabs are closed. Sorry. Okay, here we go.
I love that John Malin will be president. It's no longer John Malin for president now. It's John Malin will.
John Malin will be president. Right there.
It.
That's a running gag for the 2024 election. Go ahead and vote for me. Future dictator.
Yeah. Now, do you have the campaign up, or
There it is. Yep. Okay, let's do this.
Cool.
Don't give away any secrets. Don't give any.
Don't give away any personal
Like
information.
bank account number.
Yeah. Make sure none of that's there.
Oh no!
Oh, there we go.
Hang on, I'm trying to write this down. Hang on.
Sorry, Dad.
It's all good.
You got this.
We're a good time, man.
Yeah, dude. No,
Exciting
yeah,
time.
you're right.
I'm trying.
This is raw. It's raw. It's improvisational. It's exciting.
We've all been there.
The only way to do it.
And we
John,
got another
how was
super
your-
chat
how
here.
was-
Hail, you
you had
guys. Patrick T.
Hail.
Thank you, Patrick.
Oh, you guys. Wow.
John, how was your first launch? Were you nervous when you?
Oh
went
man,
on
I'm nervous every time I launch
Yeah.
because it's exactly like this. It's
Yeah.
like, wait, how do I? What button do I hit again here?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm getting old, I guess, but yeah, no, they're always nervous. I had a launch a couple of years ago where I had actually not screwed up on here, but I screwed up on MailChimp, and I had to go and create a whole new account like in 30 minutes before I launched, and it was just a nightmare because everybody was all getting hyped up for the show and all that, and I just ruined it completely. I think it took me another hour before I got that all cleared up, and I was going to go on, I think it was Yellow Flash's show, and I was just like, it was such a nightmare for me because I've been pretty successful in these crowdfunds, and here it was, everything was blowing up right as I was about to go live with it. I was just like, oh my God, I thought I was professional at this, and just screwing things up, so yeah, once in a while there can be definite hiccups in it, but so yeah, I'm always nervous that something like that is a monkey wrench is going to get tossed into it.
Yeah.
So
it is, and it doesn't change, man. Because you also want that campaign to do well. You want to make that goal, and
absolutely,
you're all like, "Oh, what the hell?"
Yep.
All right, I'm ready. All right, let's
ready?
do it. Yep.
There it is.
Go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Launch.
Ready to go live. Do we have a drum roll or we?
Hey! Everything's good. Yep. Campaign's live.
We're live, man.
All right.
We're live.
There you go. You're live. I just verified it.
You're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you.
All right, everyone, back the book.
Yep. The link is in the
Down
description.
there, yes, there we are.
All right, I'm throwing the link to the campaign into the chat right now. All right. There we go. It's
So
a
what's-
live Gosu.
How long is that video?
Like a minute or two. Standard.
Wanna play that video now?
No, I think it's 45 seconds, maybe 50.
Out there. Yeah.
Here,
That
I'll
was
put
in
up
London.
my screen.
You should probably play it because that was in London, England.
Nice.
All right. Here, let's play the video.
It's raw. I love it. Action man.
I got a really cool graphic novel coming out. What's a graphic novel? It's just a fancy name for a 54-page comic book. I want you to go to Indiegogo. Sam J. Jones Saves the Galaxy. That's right. Yeah, I've collaborated with Rob Archie and Joe Archie, and I'm excited about this. It's my very first 54-page graphic novel, comic book. We're looking for some warriors, some star troopers. That's right. We give you all the info there. I think when you go on, you sign in as a backer, you're going to get a really cool trading card, and you'll be up to date on everything. Indiegogo, Sam J. Jones Saves the Galaxy. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Awesome. You got to forgive me. I think I said Sam J. Jones saves the world before, and I apologize.
Oh, it's more than the world. It's the galaxy.
It's the whole damn galaxy, man.
All of them.
And I created a new word, a derivative from update. Updated. Okay.
That's right.
Updated.
Did you get to see Brian Blessed when you were here?
Oh, Brian Blessed. Here many years ago, but he was there with me in London. He was. I think he was doing his photo ops when I was doing that video. But yeah, he's great. He's 86. He's still, man, he is amazing. When he walks into a room, he takes it by storm. He's so full of life and so boisterous. Just what you saw in the film as Voltan, he's the same way in real life.
That's awesome. Is it true that he wasn't actually acting in it? He was just being himself in the movie?
Yeah, I think that's part of what we all do. We just got to tune in and be, I guess, inherently loyal to the character. I mean, but yeah, it's basically, I mean, when I go to a movie and I see people, and a lot of great actors, but I'm big fans of Denzel Washington and Gerard Butler. And I watch them. I mean, they're transporting me. I don't sit there. I don't see any acting. I just think they're just being a guy. They're being these guys, man, who we relate to. And just like Flash Gordon, just like Sam J. Jones, they're coming upon somebody, some innocent who's being attacked or abused, and then they go and they don't have any superpowers. They're coming in. They're vulnerable, and my God, that they can lose their life. They can get hurt, and then sure enough, they end up neutralizing the threat, neutralizing or serving justice to the threat. And I think it shows the whole world, just like this comic book that Rob Archie wrote, Sam J. Jones Saves the Galaxy. It shows that, my God, if Sam J. Jones can do this, faced with all this adversity and all these challenges, and he doesn't have any superpowers, he's just a guy. If he can do this, then by golly, I can do this. And that's the message. The part of the big message that this comic book sends to the world right now.
Very cool. So how was the actual writing process done for the book?
What are you talking to me?
Talk to the team. Yeah.
Well, Sam and I, of course, I had some ideas about it. What I wanted to do, and what I'd like to see it be, is it's kind of a throwback to the 1930s serials like Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon, etc., but with a modern twist, with a more current twist. And that's kind of how I did. Some of the art you'll see in there kind of throws you back to the 1931 spaceships and ray guns. I even use the word ray guns and on like that. But it's this emissary from a distant planet comes, and he's telling Earth that there's an impending doom on his planet as well as our galaxy. So he needs a hero. He needs a champion. And they received one single message from Earth, and that was the old movie that Sam J. Jones made, a science fiction movie that starring that rugged, adventurous actor Sam J. Jones. So unbeknownst to Sam at the time, however, he became the symbol of their resistance. So that's where he's at. He's the symbol of the resistance. They came and they pleaded with the president of the United States to actually have him come, to dispatch him so he could be that silver screen warrior that would go to their planet and save their galaxy as well as ours. But and the story was basically Sam has some reluctance there because between making his movies and traveling as a security specialist, and he spends a lot of time with his family, spends a lot of time with his fans at different places. So does he have time? Does he have the will to actually do this and save that galaxy as well as ours between all those things? So the question in the book is, will he answer the call? Will he save us all? Will Sam J. Jones save the galaxy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen.
Wonderful.
Mr. Shane Davis, what's up, bro?
Shane.
Welcome, Shane.
All right, Shane, good to have you.
Congratulations on the launch.
They just launched. So, Shane, please say hello to Rob, to Joe, and to Sam. Guys, this is Shane Davis. He's another huge crowdfunder, incredible successful artist, working in the mainstream, and then decided to branch out on his own. And he is slaying it. And he is just an inspiration to us all, and just an all-around great guy. And
more of a desperation, not an inspiration.
It was an
referred to as Cat Daddy.
He fights little kids, beats them up every week.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Incredible at it.
They're in college. These are young kids. I mean, they got their whole lives ahead of them. I'm at the end of my life. And I mean, I'm just defending myself.
I've never seen a grown man take such glee in pulverizing young men.
They had it coming. That's what
they did.
And then he sits on the bed of his truck having a beer, knowing they can't buy beer.
Yeah, yeah.
Shoot each other.
Still with his wraps on.
He's licking his wounds.
Oh,
so Sam, what do you think? You think are you gonna? Well, no spoilers, of course, but I could see some things. You're already strapped into a ship, so I guess you're gonna jump out of this comic convention, and you are gonna try to save the galaxy.
That's right.
Well, yeah, no spoilers, but that's the intention, man. I think, and Rob, that was a great synopsis of what you presented. It's right on. Yeah, I mean, as he said, I've got there's other things pending in my life when it's presented to me. Will I go save the galaxy? Well, wait a minute. Let me talk to the wife. Okay, I'm in the middle. And then seriously, I don't know if you guys know, but when I'm not making movies and doing Comic Cons, me, Sam J. Jones in real life, with my Marine Corps background, I also run security operations. It used to be in a lot of high risk environments, but now I'm sort of transitioning back to just keeping it domestic here. So basically, protecting people from bad people is what I do as well. So yeah, so that dilemma. I had that dilemma. The wife has to approve me going. I got to make sure I'm freed up from my pending security operation I'm in the middle of, and this movie contract, et cetera, before I commit to saving the galaxy. Okay.
This autobiographical book can be yours now on Indiegogo.
Yeah.
And Shane, thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I have to ask my wife permission for everything nowadays.
That's right.
I know what it's like.
Yes.
I see, guys. I got to tell you, I've been married a long time, and it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
I heard that.
That's right.
True.
Yes,
it is true.
You know why? Because you'll receive the permission once you get the forgiveness. Okay, once you're forgiven. Okay.
Oh.
You can just keep pushing things. You just keep pushing. I got away with that. All right, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
The punishment wasn't so. The repercussions weren't that bad. Then try something else.
Yeah, all that until you.
I gotta look see if Debbie's.
Right?
Yeah, I know. Look over your shoulders.
Yeah, that's why I say to my wife, I'm like, "Bit."
I don't think so.
No, you met my wife.
Yeah.
No, she's a class act.
Yeah,
she's a class act.
5'3" and German, Polish, Lithuanian, Catholic, and mean.
Oh my goodness!
Jeez.
Wow.
She's mean, man. She's a mean.
Anyway, so where are you guys? So with this, so you got this book up now. Is this a one shot, or is this something you guys are going to try to continue on with an ongoing series?
Rob?
Well, we could do that because the story lends itself to that. We could certainly do that, and then there's other adventures we could have. Depends how this goes and what Sam's up to. But Sam's an awesome guy. You get to know him, and he's just very helpful and very generous with his time and with his fans, and even doing this project here. So we really appreciate him a lot.
There's more galaxies to save.
Yeah, there is.
Oh yeah,
a lot up there. Yeah.
Well, I could see that you got the one. You got a Space Ranger membership card. What are some of the perks? And Scala, you want to scroll through them and let the boys go?
Well, the Space Ranger card was I made that intentionally to look like an old Buck Rogers 1931 membership card. I was trying to get that feel of the Art Deco, that the old 1930s kind of style too, along with more contemporary issues that he deals with on his adventure on Valaris. So that's what that card was designed for.
Pretty cool, man.
Keep it in your back pocket.
That's right.
And there's a picture. Now that's a picture that my son, my other son Luke did. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
wait, a third Archie?
Yeah, there's a bunch of us.
It's a whole clan.
Pretty cool.
I raised the brood.
And then this is your card?
That's one of my trading cards, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so what do we get? What are some of the perks?
Tell them.
So we have 3 trading cards right now that you get with the book for free. You have the membership card. There's going to be a bookmark. I'm working on the bookmark. And let's see what else here. Let me go back to it. Let me see. We have some sketch cards by my dad there, and they're going to be a little bit more. You pay a little bit more, and you get a sketch card. It's
a sketch card, right?
Sketch cards are awesome.
It's original art. Yeah.
Yep.
They're all different too. He likes to play around with them, so you don't really know what you're going to get.
Never.
We have an autographed book by Sam J. Jones, and this is a really cool tier here because we're gonna take some books over to Sam, and we're gonna get him to sign a limited number. I think it was 50 books.
I already backed it.
All right.
Come on, man. Thank
John Mealing.
John. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Partnerships. That's really we call it fundraising, all that. I look at it as ownership partnership. That's how I look at it. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But tell them, Joe. Tell them also about the other tiers, the beautiful. Other than that, the beautiful artwork and stuff from Rob.
Yeah, you can get a page of original art. There's 46 of those right now, but it's a 52-page book. And we're gonna send you a nice page of original art, nice and protected, along with the book and everything else it says in there. Then we have the big Ranger Commander tier, so that's $1,200, and you get everything in the campaign. You get an original art page, you get an autographed book, you get a sketch card, and you get everything else included, plus the book, of course. And you get to have dinner with Sam J. Jones himself.
That's right.
Great.
What?
That's
now, where will that be? Where will that dinner be?
Well, here's the deal. Go ahead, Joe. Tell
him. Sam wants to connect with whoever buys the Ranger Commander tier, and they're gonna kind of make their plans together, and they'll have access to have some dinner with Sam and talk for a while, and
it sounds complicated, but we simplified it. Of course, you'll if that's what you want to do, I think it's a very good idea because it's a one-on-one meal with me. It's either breakfast, lunch, could be a dinner. But here, if you're obviously my home is in San Diego. I'm not going to tell you where. Okay, if you do show up,
what street?
Hold it. Hey, you can show up anytime you want, but there'll be some. Remember, I'm a Marine. And I run security operations. Got some big dogs. Okay, so hey, you're welcome to come on my property anytime you want. But beware, you better have a smile on your face and empty hands. But,
come on up, buddy.
If you're in the San Diego area, this is where I live. If I'm in town, we'll connect via Joe, and we'll connect and we'll do this meal, and it'll be exciting. But also the big schedule on the road, doing all the Comic-Con personal appearances all over the world. You'll be able to monitor my schedule. If I just so happen to be coming to your city for a Comic-Con, there you go. We could connect there for that special meal. And then we're talking about another tier. That's up to the partners and the backers. If they want to take it to another level, I presented to Rob and Joe. What if we do? Let's take that line from Ted. Where Ted and Mark Wahlberg, Johnny said, "Hey Sam J. Jones, show us how to party like the '80s." Okay, we could even have one of those tiers. Now, am I going to act like a nut like I did in the '80s? Did I party in the '80s? Yes. Am I going to act like a nut and party? No, because if I'm with you, and let's say there's a group of you, and we're partying like the 80s, I'm the go-to guy, meaning I have to keep my wits about me in case something happens from another galaxy or whatever, right?
Right.
So
You're
you don't
be
have
the designated driver.
But
Designated driver.
But then again, someone offers you, a highball, and like, oh, right. So you got to be kind of torn, right?
How much did you back?
I like a little red wine when I have Italian food. I'm not gonna, I like that. Besides, it's good. It's good for you. It has to do. It's one of the defining factors about high life expectancy. I don't know if you knew that, but I know you do. Do I drink? Does that mean I drink a couple bottles a day? No. Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Billy believes it so much he's got a bottle a night and half a bottle for breakfast.
Oh God. But
between my scotch.
Hey, look, I got you covered. It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So
with
we're talking about talk about the other tiers, whatever. Look, here's the deal. When I do these Comic Cons and I get a chance to do a panel, which I do every time, or you come to my table, I talk to you. I also let you know during the panel or at my table, hey, yeah, autographs, selfies, fine. But this is your opportunity to tell me your story. So that's what we're doing here. Yeah. So if you partners out there and backers, if you got another tier that you want to add to this, where you say, hey, let's party like the 80s or whatever. I mean, I want to keep my wits about me. I have to, right? Yeah. But if you want to add another tier, you contact Joe and we'll add that tier and we'll make it happen.
Man, a crazy night of canasta and Settlers of Catan.
Well, Sam, also if somebody gets to dinner with you, Sam, and you're traveling, so you do conventions. Say somebody gets it in New Jersey,
right? And
you're in New Jersey, for a show. Then will you be able to make time for them that they could just meet you in Jersey as opposed to? Okay.
Yeah, and if there's a time factor, like during the matter of fact, I am going to. It's called Canopolis. It's the same guy, Steve Perry. Steve Perry does, oh my God, he does some huge events. Well, I'll be going to New Jersey, matter of fact. I'm going to pronounce the city wrong. Secaucus, did I say that wrong?
No, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and I can give you that date. But anyway, yeah. So if we're pressed for time, I don't mean once we sit down. We're going to sit down and have a full-on, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We're not going to. That's not going to be short. We're talking hour and a half, 2 hours minimum. But maybe because of time constraints, not about shortening the dinner, maybe I can incorporate that into a VIP Comic-Con dinner too, with maybe a few other, who knows, maybe a few other celebrities,
That could be another tier, boys.
That's a really great idea. I like that.
Hey, Joe, there's another story though too, is that you get some of these aliens from another galaxy, right?
Oh yeah.
That want to, or they're the good guys that want Sam to save their galaxy, say. They're like they pose as Italian guys. I'm Tucci, I'm Italian, and they take him out to an Italian restaurant. They get him all liquored up on the red wine, kidnap him. He wakes up on the planet Gindaloon, and like, well, Sam Jones, that's the only way we had to get you to come here. So now Sam doesn't know who the bad guy. These guys, because they're like Italian, like mob types, but the real bad guys, of course, are like the Chi-Coms or somebody that he has to fight.
But
yeah, well, hey, how do you think I got
a cool
Sam
idea?
How do you think I got Sam to do this project?
Yeah,
man? Right.
I got you.
That's right. But the only difference about, but Billy, the only difference about that so-called connected kidnapping is we're not going to pay a ransom. The actual kidnappers have to pay the ransom for that tier. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so I'm adding the party like the 80s cocaine and hookers tier right now, guys. You can back in a couple minutes.
No cocaine, no
we'll figure out
it's for
like
Sam.
It's $15,000. Bring your own rock. And,
there you go.
There you go.
Sam, I got to ask you, and I got to digress. How did the Ted film come about? How did that? I mean, because that is just one for the ages, man. I mean, it is just the book. It's legendary.
Simple. Yeah, no, it's simple. I'm a big fan of Charles Barkley when he played, but even now, but he used to say, I'm not a role model. And that used to bother me. I scream at the TV, Charles, whether you like it or not, you are a role model. So what does that have to do with your question? So here's this young man, 8 years old, going to the movie theater to see Flash Gordon. It changes his life. Changes his life. He grows up to be a decision maker in Hollywood. His name is Seth MacFarlane. It had such a huge impact on his life, positive impact. And so he called me one day, back when it had to be, I think, for what, Ted 1 would have been, 2012, I think. He called me in 2010 and told me what I just told you. And he said, and I said, well, what do you mean? He says, well, all I know is when I walked out of the movie theater, you inspired me so much, both you, the man, and the character, that I knew. I said to my mom when I got home, when I grow up, I'm going to be a creative guy in the movie business. And I told him, I said, well, Seth, yeah, you did become very creative, but you also became a little bit perverted. I hope I had nothing to do with that.
It was Ornella Moody. That's what it was.
So my point is, when we're out, no matter what industry we're in, it doesn't matter. When we're out there in public, and we don't have to walk on eggshells for people, but we need to know if the good Lord has given us a platform, no matter what industry we're in, that means we're impacting. We are influential, especially with the younger crowd. So yeah, we need to guard our mouth. We need to guard our actions a little bit. Again, not kowtow and quiver to certain demands that are absolutely madness, but just knowing whether we like it or not. If we're public figures, we are role models. Boom.
Yeah. So okay, so you see yourself as a role model. You obviously are a role model. And all your accomplishments that you've had in your life. And again, and first and foremost, thank you for your service. Semper Fi, sir.
In my mind, Billy, I still think I'm a Marine. 51 years a Marine. Isn't that wild?
Well, you're still a Marine, right? Aren't Marines?
Yes,
you're still a Marine.
Marine, always Marine. But yeah, but that's how I think. I mean, and thank God, getting older and being teachable, I'm a little bit more open-minded. Thank God. Okay.
And what was your MOS in the Marine Corps? I know you played football, right? But what was your MOS?
Yeah, I played football. I was Amtracs. I was amphibious tractors. And you know what's crazy? And it was very disconcerting. I love the Corps. But in the Amtrak itself, on land, it was really cool. And then I'll never forget the gunnery sergeant said, okay, now take him out in the ocean right now. Okay. So we hit that in Onslow Beach, North Carolina, I think it was. And we hit that water, it submerged all the way, and then it popped back up. And with this is creepy.
Glad it popped back up.
Oh, yeah, well, some of the boys died, right?
But those words I just spoke, they were prophetic back then, whatever the math is, 1972. They were prophetic because guess what happened here in San Diego? They are no longer taking I'm talking about active duty Marines are no longer taking the Amtraks into the ocean. Because
some of them sank, right? Like 2 of them sank or 1 sank.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, safety is everything, man.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. Thank you for your service. So, okay, so you're a Marine, you're a role model, you're Flash Gordon, and Seth MacFarlane calls you and says, you're gonna be a lunatic. You're gonna be all up on hookers and blow and all this, and so
he did not say that. He did not say that.
Oh, he didn't.
No, he just said, "Hey, we have here's what he said." And of course, I had to read the script, but it was different than what he said. He said, "I just want you to, we have a strong Flash Gordon theme, and I just want you to sort of play yourself, make fun of Sam J. Jones and have fun with Flash Gordon, make fun." Well, I said, hey, that sounds cool to me. So after I read the script, I called him back. I said, yeah, look, this is pieces of me. This is parts of me. Did I party like in the 80s? Yeah, but this is not all me. So we made some adjustments. I know that Ted was a dirty little bear. Face it. He was a nasty little dirty bear. Funny, but dirty. Can you imagine the campaign behind that, where they were advertising a cute little teddy bear, and all of a sudden you got Mama bringing her 4-year-old daughter and her her 6-year-old son, and the bear comes on. Right, starts talking and doing that behavior with the ladies. So Mama had to make a decision. Do I get out of here, take my kids and get my money back, or do I stay and cover their eyes and ears? Well, by that time, Mama's laughing so hard, she's on the floor. Mama stays. Okay. The 4-year-old and the 7-year-old are tainted for life. Okay.
Banging broads and smoking reefer. Great stuff.
I love that movie.
All right, so Sam, and I'm going to turn it over to everybody else, of course, because I know everybody wants to ask you a question. But so, what was cooler, the 70s or the 80s? What was crazier?
Well, it's funny you said that. I was thinking about this in the 70s. Let me just say this: 70s, green leisure suit with green patent leather platform shoes with heels like this at the disco. Me, 7 hours. Couldn't get me off the disco floor. And
holy crap.
This white boy can dance. This white boy can dance. Plus, I incorporated a little bit of martial arts into it, so it was great. 70s, it was a more of a time of innocence, naivete, and then of course 80s came in, and I got tainted a little bit. I got a little big on myself, and then until my family and my inner circle of friends said, you may want to reevaluate those choices right now. Okay. So that's 70s and 80s dissertation for me.
And by you reevaluating those choices, that's why you look so good today.
Well, I listened to my wife for 31 years. She's look, guys, we may be the alpha males in the house, but our wives, they run the whole show. Okay.
It's true.
They run the whole show.
Sir.
What do you got, Blevins?
Yeah, Blevins.
Oh, well, okay. I guess to start, I was 9 years old, and I absolutely got grounded. The first time I ever got grounded was because I saw you while I was flipping through channels. HBO had their live, like HBO and Showtime used to have these live weekends where you could watch it for free. So I was clipping through, and I saw you, and I remembered you because I'd seen Flash Gordon, I want to say maybe a month beforehand. I was so psyched about it. And I was like, oh my God, it's Flash Gordon. So I'm watching it. And I didn't know exactly what was going on, but my mom came walking in and she's like, what you watching? I was like, it's Flash Gordon. And then there was a cut to a bunch of female nudity. And I was watching, it was First and 10. The TV show First and 10. It was First and 10, and I absolutely got grounded over First and 10. I just wanted to throw that out there, but it was absolutely worth it, hands down, absolutely worth it.
My backside. You're talking about the nudity in First and 10. You're talking about
absolutely. The nudity in First and 10. It was not you. It was right. There was ladies that were. But anyway, it was not good for old B-Lev, is what I'm saying. But yeah, so was there any parts that you auditioned for that you didn't get, or was there something that you turned down that you wish you would have taken?
No, it's a great question, and I want the whole world to hear this. Okay, there's a very small list of A actors, and let me explain that. A actors have A, B, C, D, E. Okay, let's just keep it at E. It has nothing to do with your talent. It has to do with your paycheck. Okay, and so those A actors that are making the 25, 30, 50 million a picture, okay, they could turn down anything they want. There used to be a famous saying in Hollywood. I don't know why they came up with this. It didn't make sense to me. They would say that the movie business is very unpredictable. That's a lie. The movie business is very predictable, that it will always be inconsistent. So unless you're an A-list actor, you don't turn down anything, okay? You don't turn down anything. Now, I did turn down one TV. No, it was a movie. I don't mind playing the villain. I played a lot of villains, really bad villains. And I'll only play it if that villain receives due justice in the end. There's one particular movie they're getting ready to do. They hired me and they changed the script and they said, I said, wait a minute, guys. This guy's a bad villain. He's doing bad things to kids. And the end of the movie, you glorify this villain. You do not serve him his due justice. And they said, so? I said, well, so here's my reply. I'm not doing your movie. Okay? How do you glorify a villain that's doing terrible things to young kids? I said, homie, don't play that game. They said, pardon me?
Nice. Stand by your principles.
That's the only thing I've ever turned down.
Also, like with all the works he did, you know, some of the greatest things, obviously, Highwayman. I loved Highwayman. I mean, absolutely incredible.
Loved it.
It never got a release. Like, it never got a DVD release or a Blu-ray release or anything like that. Do you happen to know why, or if there was any way that maybe same with Hollywood Safari? Like, never saw any of that stuff, and they were so good. I mean, I actually think Hollywood Safari would stand the test of time now.
Yes. Well, maybe I confiscated the master print and I have them. And I'm waiting to more people like you say, I want it. I need it. I'll pay anything for it. Okay, I got it. How much you want to pay?
He's in securities.
It's a great point that you brought up. Glenn Larson, he produced this Highwayman. My favorite project out of all. Why? Because I got to dress up like Road Warrior, Mad Max.
Yep.
I got to drive a big 18-wheeler. I had a sawed-off shotgun strapped to my leg in a holster. I had a federal badge. And unlike most films, you're filming in a sanitized environment. We got to film in the great outdoors of Arizona in the elements every day for 6 months.
Nice.
So it was wonderful. And anyway, and Glenn Larson was the biggest of the biggest TV producers. Matter of fact, he had more shows on the air at one time than Aaron Spelling did. He had Knight Rider, Hawaii Five-0, BJ and the Bear, Battlestar Galactica, Knight Rider, Highwayman. Did I leave something out? Anyway, all on the air at the same time. And so he calls me back, I don't know how many years later. This was probably 10 years ago. He called me back and say, hey, we are resurrecting, and I love that word these days, resurrecting. We are resurrecting Highwayman because he owned the rights. And we're going again, Sam. You, Highwayman, let's do it. I said, great. We had 3 meetings talking to leadership, people coming on board. And all of a sudden, God bless him, but Glenn passed away. He passed away. And so the family owns the rights. So I'm discussing with them presently about getting these rights and maybe doing it, doing it. So we'll see. I love the Highwayman.
Yeah, it's awesome. Man, like, nice. I mean, I could just ask questions all day. You can go ahead and
come on, Evans. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
All right, Sam. Yeah, if I may, and this is just me. So we're looking at Nana Visitor, right?
Yeah.
Melanie Anderson, Ornella Moody, Bo Derek.
Yes.
All right, who's your favorite? I'm just.
You're on live TV, by the way.
Yeah. They were all incredible women. First of all, Bo Derek, it was my first movie, 1978, and Bo Derek and myself were complete unknowns. Matter of fact, we were working for some iconic people. Blake Edwards, who directed all the Pink Panther movies. His wife, Julie Andrews, is in the movie. Dudley Moore was up and coming, primarily known in the UK. Mm-hmm. Robert Webber was attached. Dee Wallace, had not done E.T. yet. Yeah. She played the hooker at the bar. Brian Dennehy was sort of well known. So I made it a point. I was told by, I forget who it was, whatever you do, Sam, in the movie, he told me when I was very young. I think it was Max von Sydow, but this movie was before that. He said, whatever you do, do not date the leading ladies, unless you're married to them. And I look, I only dated one of my leading ladies ever because I was single. Most of my life, even now in the film industry, I'm married. I'm in a relationship. So I've been married 31 years, but I did date one of my leading ladies and she was wonderful and it didn't really have a adverse effect on our performance. And I'm not going to tell you who it was. It wasn't any of those. But when it comes back to Bo Derek, she was wonderful. But I spent most of my time with her husband, John Derek, because he was a freaking legend in the movie. In 1978, he was 58 years old. And I'd had lunch with him every day. and he would tell me about the stories. Him and Errol Flynn and Peter O'Toole. Just name the names, all of them. How they would have to go into when they would go out to a restaurant or to a bar, they'd have to fight all the time because most middle America thought, if you were in Hollywood, you were, guys hanging with guys. You were not hanging with women. I'll just put it to you that way. And so they all thought that they were, part of the gay community, but these guys were not. So they had every time they walked into a pub or a bar or a restaurant, they had to fight. Okay? They had to fight. It's crazy. Of course, they were some drinkers. They were drinkers and brawlers. Anyway, that's he told me all about. I'll tell you one quick story. Do I have time?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, you're good. You got plenty of time.
So John Derek, back to John Derek. He's telling me he's doing a war picture in L.A. It's in the late 40s. And again, Errol Flynn, Peter O'Toole, that whole kind of rat pack with them, without the Sinatra and Sammy Davis group, but this rat pack of guys doing all these war. I think of Robert Mitchum. And he told the AD, if lunchtime happened, they're in LA shooting on a military base. And he told the assistant, look, we're going to extend our lunch today. We might be a little bit late getting back to the set. And the young AD said, oh, okay. All right, Mr. Derek, Mr. Flynn, Mr. O'Toole. Oh, okay. They hijacked one of the transport planes and they take it to Mexico and they party. Okay, let's party like the 80s. They partied like the 40s for 7 days. When they returned with a full load of women, when they returned back to the set, 7 days later, filming resumed.
Wow.
And this is after Lawrence of Arabia, right? This had to be after Lawrence of Arabia, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Now, who knows? I mean, if it's John Derek, you got Errol Flynn died in 1957, I think. So it had to be before that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it could have been the other Peter. Who was the other Peter? Not Peter Graves. Peter. He was part of the
Peter O'Toole.
Yeah, but there's another Peter. You know him. Gosh. Anyway, they just partied crazy and they had fun, and but you can't do that nowadays. You could back then, but you cannot do that now. First of all, it's disrespectful, right? Unless you called and said, "Hey, we're taking a plane. We're going to Mexico. We're coming back in 7 days. And by the way, we're bringing about 8 to 10 women with us, so you got to take care of their needs too. Put them up." It's crazy.
I don't know, man.
Let's see where you're at with the campaign here. Let's bring this up.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody who backed so far.
Hey!
22% there.
Look at that in the first half hour or so. Nice.
Yeah, that was
nice. Good. Looking good, guys.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Everyone, grab that link. It's been in the chat. It's in the link below. Grab that and start sharing it on all your social media outlets. Share it on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, and push this. Let's get this book out there. Let's show Sam, Sam, Joe, and Rob. Let's show them what we do and what we're about. And welcoming especially Sam into the community, and let's see some great success with this.
It's our time to help him. It's our time to help him.
Yeah, yes. And we also know, guys, that again, not everyone can back every campaign, but at least share it on your social media and get the word out for these guys. A great bunch of guys. The campaign looks fantastic, and it's just it was so overjoyed that you guys are on with us, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you. This is great, and I don't know, Shane, how you doing?
Good. I'm just shocked to be on this panel. Like I'm just sitting back like a fly on the wall.
Yes.
Well, I mean, like you've conquered TV, you conquered movies. I mean, it's time you conquer comics. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Rob,
he's been around the circuit long enough. Yeah. What took so long to make a comic? What was you just need someone to come up to you and say, "Sam, let's do this," or were you interested in comics? I mean, with all that proximity, Sam.
Oh, I'm sorry. You talking to me? I thought you were talking to Rob.
To you, Sam. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, John, I think I was always interested in. I've been telling people I've been writing a book for 5 years, which I have. I'm on page 5. No, in COVID, I actually wrote a script, which is pretty cool. And I read books. I'm not an avid reader. I mean, I do read the Bible every day because that's what brings me up. You know, I love Proverbs. I love the old Proverbs. Why? Because I guess it's the Marine in me. There's no gray area. There's no gray area. Proverbs says, "Hey Sam, hey John, if you make this choice today, you two, you're wise men. Hey John, hey Sam, but if you make this choice today, you're acting like a fool." I need to hear that I need to hear that. My word. Okay? You can't be. It's like my wife when she got pregnant the first time, right? She said, I think I'm pregnant. Honey, there's no such thing as being a little bit pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not. Are you pregnant? But yeah, so when Rob presented this, I just thought, yes, it's time. And of course, I like reading books with pictures anyway. So
yeah, right.
It's a joke, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
No, comic book. Come on, we got pictures, we got art, man. This is wonderful. It's an easy read. It's inspiring. So yeah, it was just time. It was a timing deal. I did write a really cool TV series during COVID, but this is going to be the catapult right here. I really believe it. Sam J. Jones saves the galaxy.
Beautiful. And before I leave, because I'm gonna have to get out of here pretty quick, but I wanted to ask you, like, what was like the road to Flash Gordon? Had because I don't know what what it was like back when you were a kid. I guess in the 50s. Were you able to watch the serials, the Buster Crab work, or
Buster Crab, the black and white? Yeah, he inspired me because of a couple of things. He's not only was he the first Flash Gordon, he was the first Buck Rogers. He was one of the 18 Tarzans. He was Captain Gallant. Okay, I'm serious. Wonderful. And the Buster Crab, okay, who played the first Flash Gordon, he showed up. They brought him in. Universal brought him in 2 weeks before Christmas 1980 because we opened the movie Christmas 1980. It carried over into early 81. They brought Buster Crab on board with me to do a little bit of a tour in the States, to do some talk shows to help promote Flash Gordon. He was wonderful. Wow. But yes, I grew up watching. Yes.
Yeah, because he lived a long life, Buster Crab.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he passed away in the 80s. He lived a long life. He was not unlike you. He was a specimen too.
He was in the swimming pool every day. Also, he was I want to say gold medalist for swimming as well. Yeah.
Hey Sam, now as you know, a bunch of comic fans and creators that we are, Will Eisner has been like an inspiration to a majority of us, and you were the Spirit. You got to do the TV movie, The Spirit. Yeah. Did you actually get to work with Will Eisner on that?
Yeah, he came on the set, and this was the only Spirit that he endorsed. He personally endorsed, and we filmed it as we filmed Warner Brothers. Was it ABC? I want to say Warner Brothers ABC. We filmed it as a television pilot for a series, but for whatever reason, it came out as a movie of the week. Yeah. So yeah, that's what. But he endorsed this. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the road to getting that? Like when you heard about the part, or was a script given to you? Were you given the history of the character?
It was so long ago. I think back then it was just you go in, you meet everybody. Hey, man, we really want you. What do you think? You read the script? Love it. Okay, do you want to read? Yeah, let's read, man. Let's knock this puppy out. As opposed now, the auditions now, and I think John was asking me about the road to Flash Gordon. John, that audition relating to what been relevant to what Nile just said. That interview audition process in 1979, late 78 into 79, mid 78 into early 79 was an 8 to 9 month process. Wow. And we didn't have video. So when they flew me to London for the final phase of the old Hollywood screen test, you got to have a film crew. This is film. Okay, 30 days of screen testing. What does that mean? A film crew? It means hair, makeup, wardrobe, electrical, lighting, boom, boom, boom. Nowadays, see this? Okay, they send me something and I do a self-tape. Okay, we do our self-tapes, and then we just hit send. There's our audition if we want to audition. But I've been so
Wow.
fortunate. And I love auditioning, but I've been so fortunate, 45 years in the business, either a friend or somebody I worked with before, writer, director, producer. Hey, Sam, we're doing this movie. You're perfect for it. Let me send you the script. Read it. Do you want to do it? Well, I thought very serious about it. Yeah, I think I'll do it. No, you read it. And if it makes sense, you do it. So I've been fortunate enough where, yeah. But yeah, now, so that's what we do now, buddy, with our audition. And Spirit was simple. It was a couple days rather than 7 or 8 months. Okay.
When you did Flash Gordon, I mean, at the time when you were making it, I mean, did you have any? I mean, this is a really weird question, but did you have any idea that it would become such a pop culture phenomenon?
No, it's not a weird question at all. Whatever industry we're in, when you put your hand to something, you start working, and people start saying, "This is going to be huge." This development.
Yeah, they say that about everything. Everything you work on is
going to be trash.
Yeah, I learned real quick. But that's all fine and dandy. But you know what? Let's just do this first, okay? Let's just keep it simple. Let's just do this first. And so I really wasn't moved by that. I guess it's the Marine in me. But you know, Flash Gordon is really a triple, somewhat even a quadruple blessing. The first blessing for any of us, no matter what industry we're in, is getting hired for a job. That's number one. Provision. Number two, if our project, no matter what we do, if our project does well, that's the second blessing. The third blessing is longevity. That's what we're doing now. And then fourthly, it's just more perks. The quadruple blessing, more perks, awards, nominations. This is what we're doing. Launching a comic book. This is the quadruple blessing. It just keeps getting better and better as we age. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Was there ever talk? I only asked because the way that the film ended. Was there talk of a sequel, or were you assigned?
Yeah, no, I signed for 6 movies.
Wow.
Yeah, Flash Gordon sequel. So there's no rhyme or reason. You know, Highwayman was canceled when we were breaking all the records, but the network told me, Sam, don't take it personal. It said we had another actor under contract, and we had to fulfill that contract. And based on the mathematics and the cost, it was best that we drop your show. But it had nothing to do with bad. Yeah, you don't know. I mean, it's just it's crazy though. That's why no matter what we do, guys, we show up for work with a spirit of excellence. And that's why Rob, he put a spirit of excellence into this comic book. We show up with a spirit of excellence, and we put our best into it. We try not to listen to the naysayers, because I learned a long time ago, if I listen to the reviews of my movies on how great I was, does that mean when I read how horrible I was that I'm supposed to let that dictate to me? Right? No, we do our work with a spirit of excellence, and we produce these products that hopefully this is what this is what the public wants. And I think that's what Rob and Joe and I have done with this graphic novel, this comic book. I believe it is. We're going to find out real soon.
Definitely. And we got a super chat in here, and let's see, Son of Liberty Radio, $2 super chat. Thank you. You forgot a blessing, Mr. Jones, Ornella Moody. Always coming up.
Yes.
Now, Sam,
did they miss the Ornella Muti story, or was that just
might have?
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, no, and she is a blessing. She's an absolute blessing. But she's married, and I'm married, and we had a good professional working relationship with each other.
Now, Sam, you know, you've obviously, you know, you're Flash Gordon. You were in the galaxy there, you know, saving all of us. You've got the book out now that we just launched just a little, you know, just about an hour ago. But I have to ask the big question. With all this sci-fi and everything now, do you believe in aliens?
Wow. You know, I thought about that. And you know, and then a lot of very intelligent, I don't follow intelligence is good, but I look at more wise people, wisdom. And even some wise people have said that there's I don't know if I don't believe in them, you know, as do they, I will say this, that something out there could exist. Who created it? All I do know is what the Bible says is God created everything. Okay. He created everything. So from the beginning of the time till now. And now, so could have man done something and creative something? Could another galaxy have somehow perverted, I don't know, maybe it's the wrong word, maybe taken God's creation and turned it into something else? I don't know, to tell you the truth. All I know is that I gotta follow some foundational doctrine that not only makes me feel good, but there has to be some foundational doctrine that that's our fiber that we follow. But there's a lot of evidence out there that there's some strange beings out there, guys.
Yeah. And speaking of that foundation to have something to follow, in today's world, do you think that's something that, people are losing?
Yeah. You know what's amazing? Look, I gave my heart to the Lord when I was a Marine, right? That was 17 years old. So whatever the math is, I'm 69 this year. I'm 69. So, but I really didn't start really understanding or following God until I started reading the Word. Reading the Word instead of allowing somebody else to dictate to me what it is. But listen, COVID was a big factor. What happened? We as human beings were not designed for isolation. We're designed for community. So there's been a lot of mental illness and stuff. Now community is back. You cannot take community from us, no matter what. And I think during this time recently, we've all been very sensitive. We've all been easily offended. So what we need to do with each other, no matter what, is build people up. I don't care about your political party. Matter of fact, let me tell you something. You want to get freed up? Let me tell you what I did 2.5 years ago. Okay. I found myself screaming at my news channel that represented my political party, screaming at the top of my lungs. And my wife looked at me and said, "Oh, hatred hates no matter who you voted for or no matter who you didn't." And I turned to her and I said, "You're right. I have been fasting political views, guys, for 2.5 years. I'm a free man." What did that do for me? And no longer will I ever, this is not my fabric and my foundational principle is my political party. Okay. They're not anymore. And I'm not, boy, am I sounding passionate. Hope I'm not coming on.
Nah, you're good, man. Now you're all good. Of course.
I became a free man. Guess what? We could talk about other topics and not be angry with each other. We're still buddies afterwards. And now look at us talking about launching this incredible, inspiring, it's going to lift up people that need to be lifted up. This graphic novel comic book is going to build people up. It's going to show them that they too, no matter what they're going through, what adversity, what challenge, no matter what people, even family members who have told them, "You can't do this. Who do you think you are?" Well, this book will say, "No, you can do this. Okay. You belong here and you're needed in this world to help out." That's what this book brings, and we all need that in our lives right now.
Nice, and you're at the 25% mark to the goal.
Oh my goodness,
2,500.
Come on, guys!
Very nice.
Very nice. Incredible. I mean, what a way! I got to tell you, this is a real, and for you, well, it's Joe and Rob, you guys two, to come on, and Sam, of course, and thank you for coming on, because it's a real privilege. And Sam, what you've done and you've experienced from your service to this country to sticking by your principles in Hollywood, because I've had some adventures there myself, dealing with producers and things like that. And you and your faith most strong, most importantly, it's really inspiring. And it's just it's a pleasure. Like I said, I saw that film in the movie theaters. I saw 10 in the movie theaters too, though. But just something that, again, everyone loves you, and you serves an inspiration, and you're just a beast, man. You are a hero. You really are. The way you do that.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Role model.
Fighting fit and ready to go.
You are a role model. Absolutely. Something to aspire to.
And we got
that tier for the tickets to the gun show. What's up?
Yeah,
there
that's
you go.
right.
And we got another super chat here, 200 Watt Studios. Thank you, Sam. How was your experience on Stargate SG-1?
Good. I thank God I'm becoming more teachable, and I had to become teachable there because I love to improvise. I just love improvisation. But first of all, they were incredible, and I actually kind of tell you the truth, I struggled a little bit with because they have, I don't want to say it's Shakespeare iambic pentameter, meaning same beat, but they have their own kind of language, So improvisation doesn't really work. So I kept bumping my head as far as my lines, because I wanted to ad lib. And the director was Michael, the director producer, was incredible. He taught me something, and I want to. If you're listening, Michael, I'm so appreciative. Remember, this was 22 years ago. I think we filmed it in 2000, 23 years ago. And when I was struggling through this, he came over to me and he turned to me. He said, "Sam, I know we have our own way of doing things here, and I know you like to improv. That's not really working right now. But as a director, if I was to hang you upside down from a tree right now, just change the whole scene, change the whole blocking. If I was to hang you upside down from a tree, and while you're saying your lines, throw little pebbles at your face, you should still know every single bit of your dialogue without being distracted at all." And I said,
Wow.
Michael, you're absolutely right. So that was an eye-opener for me. I've never shared this with anybody, by the way, but actors and everybody needs to hear this. Because then I started thinking,
you got to get in the zone. You got to get in the zone.
Well, yeah, but you got to be teachable. You got to be teachable. And if something that we've implemented in how we do our memorization, okay, if that technique is not working, then maybe we need to just start grabbing somebody off the street that we don't know, have nothing to do with the lines. Could be a homeless guy. "Hey, you mind running lines with me? Here's a copy of the script." Boom, boom, boom. Anything, anything. Okay, and that freed me up. I never had an issue again on the movie set because of that. That director producer Michael.
Rob and Joe, what was kind of your guys' journey into comics? Like Rob, you're a little bit more maybe around my age, but Joe looks to be a younger man. Like what was kind of getting you guys into the comic book industry?
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I mean, I've always drawn, and I always always drawn comic type things, a lot of line work, learning inking, etc. And I enjoyed comic books. DC man, right? Back in the old days. But so that kind of got me started there. And I have some old comics like what I tried when I was young, and I have them up in my art room here too. But I was always interested in it. And my first one was Back to the Future, which was a parody, Back to the Future parody with 1966 Batman and Robin television show where they get catapulted into the future. They're following the Joker into the 21st century. So that's kind of the story. It was just fun to write that, and that's another 50 pager. I can't do 22 pages. I don't know what the matter is with me, but yeah, I gotta learn. But it was just it's just always that that question, what if, what if this happened? What if that? It's always that good grain to start with a seed. And I enjoy writing the stories, and I enjoy drawing them because like I told Sam before, is that like when you do a comic, you're the director, you're the writer,
the producer,
you're everything. And you
the
get
set
to do
designer, the costume designer, the whole thing. Yep,
you get to do it for free. So I enjoy. That's pretty much how I got into that, and doing some theater stuff and doing theater posters and things like that. But yep, that's how. Yeah, sure.
Beautiful.
And I'll tell my sons, both my son Joe and Matt, they always follow me around. They'd be up drawing with me. My son Matt, who did that beautiful portrait of Sam earlier that you saw, he would always have his little table up beside me and drawing. And he ends up, they're both very exceptional artists now and have their own talents, their own styles, and so I'm very proud of both of them.
Great.
Nice.
Yeah,
Joe?
I got into drawing, and I went to the art school after the army. And
Oh, you got an army guy
was-
here too. Me and John are army as well.
Mhm.
So
all right,
and
yeah,
a Marine.
yeah, that's great. Yeah, so did that after the army, and
Oh,
and
what'd
then
you do in the army? You were you an illustrator?
11 Bravo. No,
Oh, me too. I was infantry too.
All right,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, a couple infantrymen here, but
And Luke,
John, you were MP or something. What were you, John? What was your?
I was a cable dog, communications, 31 Lima. So Signal Corps, just like Stan Lee. Signal Corps.
yeah, just like
There you go.
Mhm.
That means he's smart, Joe. That's what that means. John's smart.
No, it means I'm dumb. I ran communication cables. I mean,
Yeah.
literally grab, give me a spool and let me run across, a
No,
field.
you have to take a test before you join the army, and the lowest score gets 11 Bravo, and everything above that is like John. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, I started drawing, and I started actually watching a lot of your guys' channels, and I wanted to get into comics. I always loved comics. I always read comics. Grew up reading comics in the 90s and the early 2000s. And a couple years ago, I did a comic called The Blue Phoenix. And John, actually, you let me on your show presents there for Comicscape Presents, and I was very nervous whenever I went on your show, but yeah.
Why be nervous around John? He's a teddy bear.
No, I know he's
John's
no, I'm
vicious.
not nervous.
What are you talking about, Billy?
Yeah,
You've been on
that's
Comicscape
terrifying.
Presents.
Cocaine bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wolf
He was
mask
nice enough
is
to let me on.
terrifying.
And I funded that book, so I got that book funded, and here we are now with this book. I'm working on a couple projects, but yeah. So,
Well, I backed it. I backed the autograph tier, the $200 one. I'm very excited to get that. Really looking forward to the book. Rob, Joe, Sam, congratulations on your launch. And I'll definitely try to get you guys on my show if you're willing in the next couple of weeks. So I just got to clear up some things first. But I got to go to another one. So thank you guys for having me. Nile, Billy, Blevins. All you guys have a great one. Shane, bye.
All right, man.
Good Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, John. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
John Malin, ladies and gentlemen.
We got another super chat here. Patrick T, $4.99. Thank you. I was happy to back the campaign, Sam. Thanks for dipping into the worst parts of the U.S. culture with grace.
Excellent.
Hmm.
If you pull back, Nile,
question. I got a weird toy question, Sam. Maybe you can answer, maybe you can't. They did like a Flash Gordon 2-pack movie feature. NECA did toys.
Oh yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con. Did you feel like they got your likeness down, Pat? Like you were happy with it or not?
Well, I mean, no. I think the only how do I say this? First of all, I love NECA because they're doing this retro vintage look, the brand new, right? And they're taking they're taking it a step further. Randy over there and his team. If you look at the boxes, they distress the edges of the boxes to make it look old and vintage. It's really unique. But I'm sorry, Shane. So the specific question. Oh, I like this.
Did you? I don't know. I've had my artwork sculpted before or whatever, and I'm always kind of like, yeah, that looks a little off. But I've known people that worked in toys, and sometimes actors have to sign off on likenesses and stuff. So I just find that stuff interesting. If you're a toy guy.
No, I'll tell you, when it's how do I say this? I guess I'm trying to be diplomatic, but when the action figures are between $15 and $30, they're not going to get your likeness. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you who has my likeness. Okay. Is Alex Ross. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And are you ready for this? How about Big Chief Studios? Okay. And that action figure that Alex Ross did, my mind went blank on the actual. It's through a Biff Bang Pow Entertainment Earth. So it was a higher end 7-inch action figure. Okay, now cutting to Big Chief Studios out of England. Have you seen that one? Big Chief Studios. It's a $250 12-inch action figure. Now you look at that puppy. You look at that fully articulated. They put some money into that, and that is me, and that's and Ming the Merciless. And then going back to NECA, I think you said a twin pack. That's that big yellow box.
Yeah, big yellow box. I think it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that maybe they put into Walmart's. I've seen it.
Yeah, it was a Walmart special edition. I love it. I absolutely love it.
They're limited to what they can do at that size. I mean, there's limitations with the mold and the plastic and stuff like that. Usually when you get to bigger scales, you can, get the likenesses on the face a lot more, like Hot Toys and some of these companies in the bigger scale, they get a lot more. It's just, I've known people that work in toys and they have to send off like prototypes to actors sometimes to look at. Sometimes they have to sign off on it, like, like depending on the actor and stuff. So it's just one of those things. I've had to work with likenesses from actors before with Farscape, where I would have to get the actors, but not just actors, but Jim Henson Studios to sign off on it. So I literally had the actor and then the prosthetic company with the alien face have to sign off on it. And it was like trying to make everybody happy sometimes it's easy enough to get a likeness, but then other stuff, it gets weird.
Yeah. It's just fun. The Big Chief Studios, man, I'm telling you, it's
go check it out, guys.
And maybe we should mention that. It's a $250 12-inch doll, fully articulated. Maybe if you spend the tier 5, maybe you'll get that Big Chief Studios 12-inch action figure.
Well, that's got to be. That's also got to be like a $500 one, because they get one autographed by you for that. You guys gonna buy that.
Well, and I don't set the prices. Meaning the vendors tell me. For instance, my Flash Gordon Funko Pop, you can get it for $30 to $50 right now with my signature. With my signature, just that little Funko Pop, they're telling me it's up to $200 plus.
There it is. He's got it. Look.
The value goes up to $200. So I guess I can make this announcement, Joe. Rob, can I add something to the tier?
You do what you want to.
If they get tier 5 with everything included, from you and from Rob, and of course the one-on-one dinner. Why don't I also add a signed? You're right, because that $250 action figure with my signature now goes up about $400 or $500. I will add that big, because I have some of them. I will add that Big Chiefs. Look it up. All the partners out there, all the backers. Look it up online. Big Chief Studios Flash Gordon 12-inch action figure, and it'll also have Ming the Merciless. It's unbelievable. It almost looks like you're at the Wax Museum. Seriously, fully. But I will include that. Is that okay to do, Joe? I'm going to include that in the tier 5 for our supporters. Is that cool?
What are you thinking, Blevins? What are you thinking?
I mean, I'm going to do it. Obviously, I have to do it now. I was going to say, I love the picture of you showing it off, because it was you and Brian Blessed, and he was holding Ming, and you were holding the Flash Gordon.
That's right. Yes. Oh, that was the prototypes. You're going back that far.
Yeah, those were the prototypes.
Prototypes about 3 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have this is not something you have to wait for. I have these in cases. Okay.
Is that for the rare?
Yeah, not even open.
Ranger Commander tier, then? That's what you wanted, the
This
Ranger
is the everything
Commander?
Ranger Commander tier.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
that's
I'll add
the
it right
top of
now.
the line.
There you go. It's going in right now.
Yeah.
I have
right now.
Get it before it's gone. Get it before it's
Somebody
gone.
might snipe it from you, old Blevins.
I got a couple of those. Joe, I got a couple of those. But what did Blevins say he's coming on board with that?
Yeah. I don't have my credit card. I don't have my credit card on me. It's in the house. I'm in my studio. So
okay.
It's happening.
There you go. There it is.
There it is. Come
There it
on. You better go get that card.
You know it's gonna happen. Like, don't even act like I'm flaking. Like,
you better get that card. Come on, everyone. Check out the campaign. It is live right now. It's currently at 25% funded, 25 backers, 30 days to go. It's been live for 1 hour. Check out the link. It's been brought up into the chat many times. We posted up on the screen. It's in the description below. Check out the campaign. This is awesome. This is
Yes.
awesome. We have Sam J. Jones, part of the comic creating community with his team, Joe and Rob Archie. I mean, this is incredible. We don't, this is the first. We don't want it to be the last.
Yeah.
So make sure we spread the word.
Yeah,
Definitely,
you guys got to come back too. And again, John has reached out to you, Joe. Make sure you reach out. Keep that up with John. Get on his show.
Pimp My Comics, maybe, Shane. Pimp My Comics, maybe.
Yeah, Ballers.
Yes.
We're doing a baller?
We're gonna be. We gotta do another Pimp My Comics. Yeah. Like, hit me up in DMs, one of you guys, and we'll get you on and do a special episode for Pimp My Comics. We'll definitely put something together on that.
Awesome.
And then even a closeout stream. If you want to come back here on the Pop XP too, we can do a closeout when the 30 days or so, the first 30 days before you go in demand.
Yeah.
Have fun with this. This is it's
you got to campaigning, Billy. You know what it's like. You got to
social media. Social media is your best friend. Sam, just pop up every now and then, make a little quick live stream. Bring it up. Joe, Rob, do the same thing and just keep pushing it and pushing it. If we see it, we'll share it.
Yeah.
And again, you guys are all welcome on here anytime you want. We stream weekly. If you ever want to come on to pump something, chat, hang out, by all means, just shoot me a message and we'll get you guys back on. And again, Sam, this has been an absolute honor.
Dude,
an absolute honor.
It's fun, right?
Yes. Yes. This is exciting.
You've got other veterans coming on. You had Black Cat guy. He's an Air Force retiree. Says hello, Marine, from an Air Force veteran. So we're everywhere.
Yeah.
And the same to you, Joe. Thanks for your service, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
My fellow brother of the blue cord.
That's right.
There you go. I'm just gonna refresh one more time, see if we got another backer.
All
right, so you're still at 25 backers right now. Again, everyone, please check out this campaign. This is live, 30 days on Indiegogo. You guys are going in demand, correct?
Yeah, most likely.
You will be doing the in demand. Okay, excellent. So we got 30 days now. Remember, once it goes in demand, though, some of these tiers may not exist once it's in demand. So make sure to get everything while you can. And I don't know, it's a race against time. Because once we're off, Blevins is going in, and that tier 5.
Well, I will have it. It will be within the next 20 minutes. It will be mine. It's not a joke. I mean, it's not.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, again, thank you all for joining us. Shane, thank you so much. I know.
No, thank you. And I'll definitely be around later on. So definitely hit me up about doing a show. I would love to have you on Pimp My Comics and get. We usually get quite a few people watching, so it'd be good to get around to different channels because I have backers that watch me, so I can introduce them to your comic. And just like Billy and Pop XP, we all kind of get around on the same show, so it's really a good network.
We're all in this together. Yep, it's a fantastic community. We're all in this together.
You guys have a good one. I gotta bolt. But you guys take care.
My Shane, thanks,
Shane. Appreciate it.
And everyone in the chat, thanks for tuning in tonight. Thank you for the super chats. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to look below, click that subscribe button, and smash that bell to get notifications when we're live doing awesome streams like this, or we're uploading some awesome content. Mr. Tucci,
Mr. Scala. What a great show, guys. Thank you all so much. You guys are awesome. All three of you guys, and of course, Dr. Blevins.
Thank you very much for having me.
This is it's a real joy. And forgive us, we're kind of gushing over you, Sam, in a way, and Joe and Rob, forgive us a little bit. But I mean, how cool is this, man?
Really cool.
Thank you.
And to actually sit and have a conversation with you in person, as I said, to see that you're a man of faith and with your principles and your convictions that you stand by and all that you do. And you're a true inspiration. You really are, sir.
Thanks, man.
Really.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Thank you also. Now you want to take us out. And guys,
Yes.
in the first hour, we're already over a quarter to their goal. Let's keep it going. Let's keep pushing it. Spread it, share everyone out there on your social media. These guys are going to be doing the circuit. They'll be going on other shows. They'll be going on John's show. They'll be going on Shane. So you get you on Ethan's show. That would be huge.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested, reach out to us. Those of you with other shows too, and you want to get the trifecta, the trio grand right here below us onto one of your shows to help promote their book. Let's push these guys. Let's welcome them to the community, and let's make this one a smash hit.
All right, excellent. Everyone have a great night. We'll see you all next week. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Joe. Stay backstage for a minute. We're going to end the stream. Everyone have a great night, and thank you. Remember to back Sam J. Jones Saves the Galaxy.
Hey everyone. Thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you soon.